Well, hey there, everybody. It's another day in the building. It's kind of chilly outside. Wife and I are both sick, so we're not going to be doing any trail riding today. So I figure, why not see what happened to the Wraith when I had its smoke show. I come out here for a little while, and I have a feeling I may have done something wrong. So I've already taken the top off. You just said something like that, right? Kind of like that. Took the antenna off the back and took the screws out for this plate right here. What sits under here is the ECU and receiver and all that fun stuff. And it's a really tight fit. It's been a long time since I put this together, so. Alright, so receiver box is right here. Let me move you in so you can see what's going on. Okay, so we got the receiver box right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the screws off the cover. I always grab the wrong driver. Oh, look at that. There's two different size screws on here. So I guess maybe I had the right driver after all. Okay. At least for half of it. So it happens when you tear something apart and then you forget where you put all the screws. Actually, the receiver isn't in there. I done tucked it up under here. Okay. Well, let's see if I can get it out of there. See, I just had it glued in place. There we go. Okay, so my suspicion is that I may have had a jumper setting wrong. So we're going to go ahead and confirm that. Okay. And I can't see it because my eyes are bad. Okay, the lipo setting is in the right spot. Forward and back is not. Alright. So yeah, before I go ahead and throw another battery in here, I just want to make sure. Okay, so it looks like I had the lipo setting correctly, but it was squealing like crazy if I remember this right. And I had it set on, whatever the hell that says. What happens when you go blind, I tell you. Go ahead on forward, brake, and reverse. So I take that one jumper out. It should make all the difference. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw a battery in here, put it up on a block, and see if it still works or not. Alright, so I guess I didn't remember whether I changed the receiver on this thing either. So it still has a tactic receiver in it, so I had to find my tactic radio. Right, and turn the lights on. Lights come on. So let's see what happens. Ooh, 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 ooh. See, I have no steering. Okay. So what it's looking like is I smoked it. The receiver. We're going to upgrade this to a 1080. Take the 1060 out. Put a 1080 in. And let's see. How many of those do I have left? So this here will be a lot better because I can program it a whole bit. Looks like the wires for the motor are a little short. So I'm going to make those a little longer. so that I can move this speed controller back. Okay. But before I give up on that, let me just make sure this battery is any good. Alright, so battery's got full charge on it, so it's not the battery. So coming up later in this video, we're going to be going ahead and I'm going to pull out all the electronics, going to put all new stuff in. We're going to go with a Spectrum receiver on this. We're going to go with a 1080 Hobby Wing, and I'm going to save my 1060 for some other poor soul. And because I can like program it and dial it in, it's like the biggest reason. So yeah, that's the biggest reason why I'm going with this 1080. They are still pretty cheap. I go with brushed motors because of that reason as well. So anyway, so hold on, because we're going to go ahead and rebuild the electronics in this truck. Here's where we're at. I went through a process of elimination and found out that it was actually the receiver that failed on this truck. The speed controller is still good. However, with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to update the electronics. Aside from the motor, I'm going to go ahead and change the 1060 to a 1080. I'm going to put a Spectrum receiver in it. I've already tested it. It works great. However, I've got to do some, let's see, I have to do some soldering and stuff. If you've ever worked with this speed controller before, you know, you got to put your own ends on. So the great thing about this is those wires are really long, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put a Dean's connector on here, and then at the motor, so I can plug it in. Get rid of these bullet connectors that are under the bottom right here. These things, they seem to get like this one got kind of hot, I guess, when it got wet. They did not want to come apart, but I'm gonna go ahead and hook up a Dean's connector to this, and then a Dean's connector to the speed controller, and then I'm gonna solder them up, and I'll be back in a minute. This ended up being a bit more involved than I first anticipated. Replaced the electronics. We have a Hobby Wing 1080 in it now with a Spectrum receiver. Got rid of the Tactic receiver. Got all new electronics in it. It's going to work a lot better, especially since now I can, you know, program parameters, fine-tune the thing a little bit more, you know. And when I got that all in, everything worked just fine. And then I noticed that when I went from forward to reverse, it didn't want to go in reverse, and I tried it again. And suddenly it just quit, right? Well, come to find out, the motor, it's no good. And I'm not really sure if you can see it. It's burned up. It got pretty hot right up in this area right here. And there's no brushes left in it. It's, you know, usually a new motor, you got a cog to it. This has no cog. So it's no good. So what I had in there was a 20 turn. I didn't have another 20 turn, so I put a 27 turn in it. It's going to be just fine. Let me just show you how it's working now. Alright. Nice and smooth. Still got some excellent wheel speed. Goes forward, goes backward. Alright. Steering works great still. we're good, right? I think. I don't know why I keep looking at it, because every time I do, I find more things I probably should address on. We got a, the steering seems, maybe it's just the linkage. Oh yeah, the linkage is loose, that's why. We gotta fix that anyway, because I got one side of the drag link here is on the bottom, the other side's on top. And yeah, just need to tighten this up. I think I'm gonna move this side of the drag link to the top, tighten this up, and then I think we should go out and take it for a run and make sure it works before I put the top and everything else back in. So, give me just a second, we'll get that fixed up and I'll meet you outside. Okay. The question here is, can I drive and film at the same time? So if this seems a little weird to you, it is. Okay, I have not done this for a really long time. Alright, so I'm going to set this up here. We're going to bring her up. Alright, we're going to see if we can get that to stand there. I don't know. There we go. I'm going to see if I can get this up over to here. Oops. Back up a little bit. Okay. Or hung up on a rock, on a log. So I didn't put these here to, well, let's just say this is going to be a crawling area someday, but it's not really set up yet. So this is just kind of a test. Okay. There you go, you get a pass. Somebody does. Alright, I backed her up for a photo op. Let's try that again. Them tires really grab. Gotta tell you. Alright, so I would call that, even though it was a small test, I'd call that a success. I do have some, I have a glitch. Well, I may have a bad servo too. Alright, I do have some wheel extensions coming for it. I just realized the reason why the steering was loose is because I stole them for another truck, and so I got another set coming. So anyway, I hope you like this one. Hopefully I was able to salvage this video, because it was kind of a mess. So it took me like 3 days to do it, because I don't feel very good. But I hope you like it, and hope to see you again coming up. Keep building, keep fixing, fabricate and create, and it's alive. Thank you for watching.